welcome back to the GuitarHead.com YouTube channel. As ever, I'm Adam McGuinn. I'm very excited to say this week we're going to take a look at the first solo to Comfortably Numb. Of course, originally performed by the great David Gilmour. So throughout, we'll have a look at the entire solo whilst breaking it down into manageable phrases and taking a look at some cool techniques along the way. So what are we waiting for? Grab a guitar and let's get started. So here's phrase 1 slowed down. Starting off by doing a rake and targeting the 14th fret of the first string. That may take a few attempts to get absolutely right. My advice is to hold your first finger across the G and B strings as light as a feather, because the idea with a rake is it's more of a percussive, plucky sound. You're intentionally muting the string. And then get some coordination so your third finger goes down on the 14th fret as your picking hand reaches it. We're then going to do a half tone bend up to the 15th fret, resolving back to 14. Up to the second string, 15th fret, we're going to do a whole tone bend, pre-bend back to the resolution 15 and 2 plucks on 14. And then finishing off with a little arpeggio idea by playing 14 of strings 3 and 4. Phrase 2 begins with a pickup note on the 12th fret of the 4th string, so rather than a rake, we're now playing that note and still targeting the 14th fret of the 1st string. So in our last video, we did a tutorial on how to kickstart a guitar solo, and one of the ideas was using motifs and themes and hooks to help anchor and direct a solo. So you could argue that this is what David Gilmour's doing here with this idea by playing the 14, half bend back to 14, because he does it quite a lot throughout the solo. It is threaded throughout this solo. Back up to the second string, whole tone bend, pre-bend back to 15, and then this time 1 pluck on 14. Now an extended finish to this phrase by playing 14 of strings 3 and 4, moving down to 12 of 4, 11 of 4, and then reaching 12 of the 5th string. Let me play that because it's quite long-winded. So phrase 3 kicks off with a half tone bend on the 11th fret of the 3rd string. Pre-bend back to the 11, moving to 9 and 7 on the same string, string 3. Back up to the 11th fret, we're going to pluck that, then pluck 9, and we're going to do a hammer and pull, sliding back to 7. Just something to watch out for, guys. When you do the half tone bend on 11, don't overcook it. It's very easy to overstretch and overbend that note. So be very gentle, lay back a little bit with it. Phrase 4 goes like this, slowed down. We're going to be playing 9 as a pull off into 7, up to 9 of the 4th string, back to 7, 9, 11 on the 3rd string. Just notice that phrase is really detached, so be quite staccato with your approach to the notes. There's no need to let them ring out and last too long. And that phrase ends with a half tone bend again on the 11th fret of the 3rd string with no resolution. You just leave it hanging. Phrase 5. Again, that motif that's kept popping up, 14 half tone bend back into 14. Now we're reaching 12 of the 3rd string this time. Little pentatonic idea by playing 15, 12 of the 2nd string. up to 12 of 3 and 4, so 12 of 3 and 4th string, sliding to 10, then 9 on the 4th string, and then we're going to hammer onto 10, pull onto 9, slide into 7. Is that phrase slowed down? We're then going to finish off solo 1 with the final phrase, phrase 6. So again, another hook, another motif, you could argue. This is the 11th fret half-tone bend on the 3rd string. And then we're going to do a double bend, a 2-step bend on the 9th fret of the 3rd string, resolving to 7, up to the 4th string, 9, 7. A nice little bit of vibrato to end. So there'll just be a couple of things to be aware of and probably work on as you go through this solo. One would be the use of time and space. So notice how you are sitting in rhythmically with the rest of the band. So grab a metronome, grab a backing track and do it that way. The other thing is the use of the pick. Dave doesn't attack the string the same way every time. He has a very broad dynamic range when he phrases his solos. So have some fun reinventing a phrase by changing the way that you attack the string. So you don't even need to change anything that you play in, it's just the way that you play it. Just by simply changing the way you attack the string can actually reinvent a phrase altogether, which is really cool. Now, of course, we can't close out this video without referencing Dave's tremendous use of his tremolo arm in this solo. Worth just pointing out though, if you don't have access to a guitar with a tremolo system or a variation of such, please don't worry, it's not a problem at all. You can do this solo absolute justice by using finger techniques like we've already discussed to recreate the vibratos and the bends that we need. However, if you are going for the full Dave Gilmour and you want to recreate a like-for-like replica of this solo, it's probably worth getting your hands on a tremolo system. We're not going for the Van Halen dive bomb for days sort of techniques. It's a very subtle and nuanced use that Dave uses. So just a couple of techniques to just reference and be aware of. By dipping the bar in towards the body, you are flattening the note. So there is a pitch shift quality to what we're doing here. By reversing the technique, so pulling the bar away from the body, you are sharpening the note. And this is what Dave does most of all in this solo, by oscillating the bar, so toggling it, in other words, you create a vibrato effect. As I say, that is Dave's main use of the tremolo system, and I believe that it's worth referencing a fantastic live performance that you can access on YouTube. It's from the Pulse concert 1994, so just check out Comfortably Numb Pulse 1994 and it'll come up, and it's a fantastic live performance of Comfortably Numb, and in my opinion Dave at his utter best. He's incredible in that performance. And what's really, really cool is you can actually see Dave's use of the tremolo arm. And what I noticed was that he's holding that bar throughout solo 1. He doesn't let it go, he's not pulling it up, he's holding onto it. And what you'll notice is he's using it to just articulate certain notes within the phrase. So if I just take phrase 1, for example, I'll show you, he's really using it very subtly, more of a vibrato effect as well. Just on certain target notes. For example,
a few moments later.
there's almost like an androgynous, quite a mechanical approach to his use to the whammy, and I guess that really does reflect the themes of the song really well. So just be aware, he's not really going for a naturalistic performance, like a natural vibrato sound. It is very intentional. So by dipping that bar in and out, it really does create a mechanical quality. So all that's left to be said now, guys, is if you could hit the like and subscribe buttons, ring that notification bell, it would be really appreciated. In fact, we have more videos like this coming up very soon, so keep your eyes peeled. Also, feel free to head over to the guitarhead.com website, where you'll see a wide range of excellent tuition materials and resources, including the electric guitar techniques books, where you'll see around 11 different techniques that any rock or blues guitar player needs in their arsenal. So other than that, thanks for tuning in, and I'll catch you on the next one.